Page 14, Oom-Pa-Pa. They're introducing a new symbol called an accent sign. I've talked about natural accents where you just play a little louder. Well, this is a forced accent. This is louder than a natural accent. But not the loudest accent there is. There's louder than this is the most common. I'll talk about that when I get to the articulation, because an accent is part of it's how you're expressing the note. So let's go through the process and see what we get. Look it over. It's 4 lines long with a repeat sign. We're going to play it twice. Treble, bass, clef, 4/4 time signature. I see a bunch of quarter notes and half notes and whole notes. Do all that. I see a bunch of staccatos and accents. We can do all that. Or will be able to. Take it one hand at a time because both hands are playing together. Right hand, you're here. We're still in G position. And I'm connecting everything at first. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty much what it is. Let's go down to the third line here. We got G and B together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4. Okay. Left hand. Well, you're starting out with the G and the D. Down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. In this font. Okay. Go down to the third line. Now we got half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm trusting that you're gradually working on learning the names of the notes in the music, so you know the names of these notes instantly. You just go through and drill yourself on those. If you were my student and you were in front of me, I would have you go through each hand one at a time and tell me the name of every note. I would drill you on it myself because it's so important you learn to do it. Now, once I get the hands worked out, I'll put them together and see what happens. We're here, and it's 1, 2, then here, and then here. Not too bad, I hope. Go to the second line, third measure. Here, we're together. And then here. The third line. Make sure you're lifting up for the rest in the right hand. 4. Okay. Once I put the hands together, then I go through carefully and slowly and work out the hesitations. And again, I should be able to play this without looking at the keyboard. Once I have all that done, then I'll think about the articulation. The staccatos, hinging at the wrist, the staccato's short. And when I go slow, I'm on the key and I'm bouncing off each time. Boom, 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 boom. Now speed it up, I got to do this, but it's a small motion. It's not a big one. Yeah. The half notes are not staccato. No. Now we get to second line, third measure. You see all those accents? You just play them a little louder. You see, a piano can't do a true accent. Like a violin or a clarinet or some wind instrument, they can do a true accent or even a tuba. The accent only applies to the beginning of the note or the attack of the note. That's louder, ba, and the rest of the note's supposed to be the same. So it's not a louder note. It's only at the beginning when it's louder. We can't do that on piano. Once we play the note, the piano takes it over. So all we can do is play the note louder for us. That's all that is. So on these accented notes, you're just going to play them a little louder than whatever the dynamic says to do. But they're all staccato, though. Now, on the third line, here, there's a way of interpreting this when you have note after note that's accented, like these half notes in the left hand. And that is, you can separate them just a little bit. That sort of helps to bring out the accent. And the bands and orchestras that I've been in have done this also. The conductor will say, separate those a little bit. It helps to bring it out. So just separate them just a little bit. The right hand staccato. That takes time to develop. Again, you're doing different things in the hands. Go slow. Third line, first measure here. separating these. Go real slow until you get this feeling of what you're doing in these hands. And once I have the articulation sort of under control, I think about the dynamics. It applies to the melody. MF at the beginning is mezzo forte or moderately loud, and the melody's in the right hand. Whatever you think moderately loud is. These chords need to be soft. When you get to the second line on the last two measures with the accents, that's going to take those notes up to loud because the accent takes it up a notch. So we were at moderately loud. Now we're going to go up to loud. For those, the left hand can be a little louder, but it still needs to be in the background. Then in the third line, now we go up to F. That's the melody. Here is the left hand. That's the melody. The right hand's in the background. Loud. But with the accents, that's going to make those notes very loud. Well, so let the wrist collapse a little bit on this. Stay relaxed. Just a lot of weight is all we're doing. The note goes down very quickly. So it's kind of loud. You may have to adjust that a little bit if there's people around listening. You might not want to be quite so loud, especially if they're sleeping. Now, once I have the dynamics, then I think about the speed. Again, moderately fast. It needs to be accurate. So what can you do accurate? Don't go faster than that. If you were going to sing it, how fast would you sing it? Missed it before at the end, the last line. The melody goes back to the right hand for the final two counts, the two measures. So the last line, the first two measures in the left hand, bring out the left hand. But then the melody shifts to the right hand. So now the right hand is played very loud and the left hand's back. So you're switching back and forth here. Even though in the next to the last measure they're playing the same note names, the melody is still in the upper staff here because they just happen to be the same note names, but the last measure that's not melody. So both of those measures, the melody's in the right hand. Now there is a note at the bottom that after you played it twice, you can go back and do the last two lines a third time, only this time you move the left hand down if your keyboard's long enough. So after I finish the second time, during the rest, I'm going to move the left hand down to this G position. I'm going to pretend it's all here. Sounds more like a tuba down there. You can do that if you want. I'm not going to bother, but if you want to try it, go ahead. Let's play this together very slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the louds and the softs, but I will do the staccatos and the accents. I'll play the accent note a little louder. I'll give us 4 counts and we will repeat it. 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. Rest. repeat. 4. 3, 4. 4. Rest. 4. Rest.